over here with my indigo blue, and I went ahead and watered that so you didn't have to like wait around for me to actually get that done. So I'm gonna have to come back in and work on some of these details here a little later. As you can see, this is getting a little flat over in here, but I'll come back in and work on those a little later. But this area over here, this is what I've designated as my darkest area. So I need to actually really get this to be a lot darker. So let me see, let me bring this over. I've got to be careful, my paper's really wet. So this here, back here on this side, this is my blackest blacks. So I'm going to really work on moving in some really nice dark color back in here. So I've got my indigo blue back here, and this has already got this nice brown here. So we've got this nice sharp edge here. So I really want to cut that back out with a nice sharp, there we go. And I want to make sure to undulate that back through it, back and out, so it gives a nice hair, look to it, feel that nice organic kind of thing going on. Bring it back over in here. There we go. That's got a nice shape to it. We'll bring it up in here. Now it gets dark up in here, but it's still kind of browny. So Daniel's taping in the other room. Don't know if you hear him or not, but it's okay. Him and Pie Wacket are having a good time. Oh, my camera's moving on me here. Here we go. So here we go. I hope you got to see some of that. So here we go. Get this cut out here. Need to tighten that up so you're not rocking and rolling up there so much. There we go. How's that? Not sure. We'll see. So hopefully this hasn't been rocking too much. I just noticed that. Yeah, you're rocking up there. Alright, well, I'll see if I can't get a stabilizer for you. Okay, so let's get the blue. Welcome back. Sorry about that. Got a little bit ahead of myself. Did not realize that my battery had died. So we'll pick back up. So I just worked some blue and some brown into this area, and managed to work some dark blue into here. Started to pick out some of the individual strands, and started working some darker into this area to help it kind of work that way. Didn't get to do too much. I realized rather quickly that my my battery had died. So there we go. That's what we're looking at right there. Here we go. Okay. So I basically just blued that in and watered that in to help get that more of a blue. So this is going to be more of an orange. So this will really come forward soon, and gonna probably start working on balancing that out with the blues and warming this up. So this will go farther and darker. And this will become forward and be more brighter, so we'll really start getting that depth coming back and forth. Boy, I need to work on stabilizing that for you guys, because we're getting awful shaky there. Okay, but what I need to do is I really need to get this to go, because this is going to be our darkest spot, so I need to really get this going really black. So for right now, that is our I worked the blue and the burnt sienna into that, or the dark brown, the burnt umber, which is as close to the indigo blue as I can get, and then I put a little bit of black in there. But I like to work in complements when I'm going for a nice dark color, and I like to do that for a reason. One, it gives me a nice variant instead of a flat color. It gives me a nice variation on my colors, so it's not, you know, it's not a flat color. You see different hints of other color coming through. So that's a green, and then we've got this is a grass green, and this is a crimson red. So let's see if that is a nice complement there. So remember, our complement colors are exactly opposite each other on the spectrum. So when you add your color, you should get a nice neutral color. That's coming out not too bad. Still kind of a reddish there. I'm thinking it might need a different, might need more of a forest green. Let's see how we do with this. This is a peacock, it's what's called. Looks more like a forest green to me. And let's try this one. Let's see how this looks. Yeah, I think for the next one I might just get a stand for my camera to sit on here. Ah, there we go. See how that's coming out more of a, there we go. That's more the color we're looking for. There we go. Okay, so always test your colors, especially when you're going for something, for when you're needing a neutral. Okay, so let's move that out of the way so we don't get our colors mixed up, or get our paper actually into that. So let me sharpen this up. Now, one of the other things I wanted to put into here is I'd like to actually put some purples into here, but I don't want a violet. I don't want it that I don't want it too red. Okay, so that's called a violet, and this is called a purple. Well, that looks more red to me than the violet. Isn't it funny how they've got all those colors? And let's see. What's this? Tuscan red. That'll give us too much. Some more purple. Okay, we're just going to go with this one. Okay, so let's go ahead and put our purple in here. And I'm going to just darken it in, because this is where I want my really nice big dark at. So the reason I'm putting all these colors in is because your nice big blacks are the culmination of all colors together. So when you want those big dark colors, right, you put all of your colors there. But because I don't want a flat color, hello, Miss Pyewacket, you coming to help again tonight? Because I don't want a flat color, that's why I put all the colors there, not just black. Black will just give me a gray. But when I put all the colors there, I get this really nice variation when they start popping up. So it's something interesting to look at. It will draw your eye instead of being just a flat area. And we'll see this once I hopefully put some water on this. So I'm sorry about the shaking camera. Hopefully, you know, you'll hang with me as I get things more worked out, as I make more videos. Just as you're learning to make art, I'm learning to make videos. Making videos is not something I've ever done before, so teaching this way is a new experience for me. So, we've got the purple, so we need to put the complement in, and the complement is the yellow. Complement of the purple is the yellow. So let's work some yellow in here. Okay, so I know you're going to be asking me how do I find the complement of a color? Okay, well that's simple. Okay, so you have your colors, right? And you have your colors. Let's see, you have your blue. Those are your primaries. Your blue, your yellow, and what others? Blue, yellow, red. Blue, yellow, red. Those are your primaries because those are the colors that you cannot actually mix to make anything else. Then you have your secondaries, and that's the colors that you get when you mix your primaries together. So when you mix your blue and your yellow, that's when you get your green. Your red and your yellow, that's when you get your orange. And your red and your blue, and that's when you get your purple. Now, your complements are the secondary of the two primaries across. What does that mean? Okay, so the complementary of the blue is the orange, which is the secondary of the other two primaries. The complementary of red is green, which is the secondary of the other two complementary of the other two primaries. Sorry, getting my terms all mixed up. Okay, see how that is? The complementary of yellow is purple, which is the secondary of the other two primaries. See how that works? So blue is orange, yellow is purple, red is green. So what does that mean? So the complementaries are the colors that are on the same wavelength as the color you're using, but is exactly opposite so that they cancel each other out. So it actually will make, when you add your complement to a color, it will make it darker without actually having to make it black. You don't have to add black to it. So it will darken a color without muddying a color. So that's a nice thing to use. Okay, so I've added my yellow to the purple here. So now let's let's do the red first. Okay. Now when I add water to this, there's going to be all kinds of color on this, and it's going to be so soupy. So I need to be careful about that, but we should have some really nice dark colors going on through here. And working the red. Then doing the green. Now probably the last thing I'll do is work the indigo blue back over the top, just to make sure, because the last color you put on is generally the last color the eye sees. And since I don't want the prominent color to be green, I want the prominent color to be kind of a bluish. There we go. So let's get the indigo blue back in here. And let's put a little bit more. Oh, look at how dark that's getting now. Yeah, we're getting some nice darks in there now. So again, we are establishing our darkest dark right here. This is the darkest spot there is. It's actually starting to get a waxy buildup right here. I've got so much colored pencil on here, or not colored pencil, watercolor pencil, but still, I'm getting so much stuff here. Okay. Moment of truth. Let's add some water. Okay. So, got some good water going on here. Make sure I got it in the camera frame there. So I'm not even gonna wipe it off. I'm just got all that water. Look at how pretty that is. Okay. Just gonna let it flow. Let it flow. We've got so much color there. Keep it crisp. Keep it flat. Work it up to the edge. Okay. Rinse off my brush. Now I'm actually getting as much of the water out as I can. Okay, because I need to work it up into this area here. Yep, you're seeing that. Okay, because I need to pull this dark a little forward here because I want it to fade. There we go. Rinse the brush, pull all the water out, and pull it down this way. Again, I need it to fade. Rinse, get all the water out. Here we go. Okay. Tap, tap, tap. Because I want it to fade. Fade down into this area. I don't want it to be too prominent. Okay. I want it to start acting like a shadow down in here. Here we go. Just pull that color around. And boy, that color is thick. Okay. There we go. Just going to let that sit now. Don't want to touch it at all. I don't want to touch any of this stuff in here. Just going to let it sit now. And let it dry, just like that. Okay? I might touch this over here. Let's work that in a little bit more. Activate some of those nice browns. I did get a little crazy over here. I worked some of the browns in, not realizing that my camera had shut off on me. My battery had gone, and my camera had stopped. So I got a little bit too much going with that. So okay, need to make sure that stays as flat as I can keep it, and let that dry. Might want to put a few things on it. Yes, Miss Pyewacket. Help hold it down so that the color doesn't shift around on me. Here we go. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and let that dry for a little bit, and then I will be back. And then we're going to get started on these details in the face, because that's the point in which we're at now. So we are really going along on this. So going to see here in a little.